Ramona watches an old video of her late husband, David. In it, he tells her about a dream he had, a dream where everything is finally finished at their farm. The flowers she loves now cover the land, and after all their hard work, he wants to give the place a name. Ramona can't think of one, and David playfully tells her she's no fun. Ramona is now living with her children, Taylor and Annie, in a remote part of Georgia. Ever since the car accident that killed David and left her badly injured, she's grown emotionally distant and overly strict. Their home still has a lot of work that is needed both inside and out. The post out front has peeling paint and no sign. The wrecked truck still sits outside under a tarp, a grim reminder. Every morning she rises from bed, clasps her hands, and whispers the same words, "Give me strength." The house has lost power, leaving the children restless. Ramona, consumed by grief, fails to notice the growing stack of unpaid bills and the dwindling supplies, including dog food. When the family dog vomits from being fed scraps, Ramona coldly tells Taylor to put him outside. One day, Ramona has a flashback of the crash. When she snaps out of it, Taylor tells her there's someone in the front yard, a mysterious woman in black sitting silently. Ramona confronts her, asking why she's there. The woman replies, "How did I get here?" Her tone then turns dark. She knows Ramona's name, her injury, and the truth about the crash. When Ramona threatens to call the police, the woman says, "Today's the day, Ramona. You called and I came," revealing blood-stained palms. Panicked, Ramona rushes to the garage. Her phone is dead, the Jeep won't start. Back inside, she lies to the children, telling them the woman is just unstable and should be avoided. She distracts them with ice cream, but Taylor is suspicious. When Ramona forbids him from getting his father's gun, he rebels, triggering an emotional argument. In her rage, Ramona shatters a mug that once belonged to David. She promises once the power returns, she'll get help. Later, Annie mentions the woman seems to have moved closer. Ramona suddenly remembers the dog and runs outside, only to find the chain buried in the dirt, its end snapped. The dog is gone. When Taylor wakes and asks what happened, Ramona denies anything. But Taylor notices her muddy shoes. He suggests going to the neighbors. Ramona refuses. When he offers to go himself, she snaps, forbidding him. Taylor, frustrated, throws a ball against the wall over and over. Ramona glares at a knife she's set beside her. When he intensifies his taunting, she grabs the ball and hurls it outside. Then she cruelly scolds Annie for struggling with her capital R's, only to immediately apologize and hug her. But as she looks in the mirror, Ramona sees herself stabbing Annie. Snapping back to reality, she realizes she's hugging a pillow, one she's just stabbed with the knife. Taylor searches for the dog and tries to start the Jeep, but realizes the battery is dead and that his mother lied about why she was in the garage. Then he sees a shadow. Thinking it's the woman, he smashes the garage glass with a fire poker, only to realize it's Ramona. She orders him inside. Inside, mother and son argue again. Taylor accuses her of taking crazy person pills. Ramona throws a basket at him, then breaks down and apologizes. Taylor retreats to his father's office and finds the gun, one bullet left. He locks Ramona inside when she tries to stop him. The woman is now almost at the house. Taylor steps outside, rifle in hand, and confronts her. She rises and walks toward him, claiming Ramona hasn't told them the full truth about David's death. As Ramona calls Annie back to her, Taylor no longer trusts her. He orders Ramona to confess. Flashback. Ramona and David are at dinner. She confesses she's unhappy on the farm, exhausted, unfulfilled, resentful. On the rainy drive home, distracted by her thoughts and seeing a strange woman in the rearview mirror, Ramona veers off the road, causing the crash. David dies. She confesses everything. Her children are devastated. Suddenly, the woman unleashes a shadowy force. Furniture flies. Ramona hides the kids in the attic, but the woman follows. Shrouded in darkness, she reveals a scarred face. Though Taylor hides, the woman approaches Annie gently, saying she would never hurt her. She just wants to take her home. They vanish into the shadows. Ramona and Taylor hear Annie's voice downstairs. It leads them to David's old office. Inside the gun safe is a tunnel, which Ramona crawls through, emerging into her bedroom, where David is alive, smiling and telling her about his dream again. But something's wrong. His tattoo is mirrored. The text on the poster and the numbers on the clock are all backwards. She realizes this isn't real. David suffocates her with a sheet. She wakes, now in the woman's position, watching herself come out of the house and say, "How did I get here?" Back in the attic, she sees herself trying to coax Annie to come with her. Ramona eventually confronts the woman with the gun. She threatens to shoot. The woman calmly replies, "I know you will. That's why I'm here." She tells Ramona she is the answer to her morning prayer. Ramona insists she prayed for strength. The woman tells her, "No, you prayed for me." She is the shadow within Ramona's mind, the part that's ready to let go. Ramona lowers the gun and asks if her kids will be okay. The woman shows her future photos. Taylor and Annie grown, safe, happy. Ramona asks for time to say goodbye. The woman agrees. Ramona tells her children to leave the house for their own safety. Annie doesn't want to go, so she gives her mother her stuffed penguin for comfort. Alone, Ramona returns to the garage, sits in the woman's chair. The woman helps her lift the gun. Ramona sees herself in the mirror. She sees the penguin. The woman's shadow merges into hers. No gunshot is heard. A flashlight cuts through the dark. Taylor and Annie returning. Ramona steps out of the garage. She embraces her children. Taylor asks if the woman will return. "Not today," Ramona says. As they walk up the steps, the power flickers back on. The front door is now painted a vibrant red. The dog returns, trotting up beside them. Out front, the post has been freshly painted, and hanging from it is a sign that reads, "Iris Haven." Inside the house, in Ramona's studio, sits a self-portrait. In the bottom corner, her signature, Ramona, painted in red, is written backwards, as if reflected in a mirror.